Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and I've got a product that's going to help with giving you lighting out in front of your garage. If you're out somewhere and need a street light, this is it. It's a solar powered street light, and it has remote control and all kinds of features. I'm going to go over some of those features and show you some basics, and then we're going to go out and we're going to mount it. I've already got a place prepared on one of my pine trees, and you'll see. Alright, let me open this up. This is the shipping box, and this is the company. You're going to see information up to the right, which is going to help give me some supportive information about the light as we go through it. So pause and take a look at it. Alright, they got it packed pretty well. This is what it looks like in the shipping box, and this is the light. It has a standard street light. There's a number of LEDs here, and I think it was something like 400. And I can see every one of those little light yellows is LED light. And we're going to put this over to the side here. We got an instruction manual. It's one card, front and back, and it shows the remote control and all of the functions of the remote control. So we'll be looking at that and trying it out. I'm going to install it today, and this evening we'll come back and I'll give you a demonstration of how it lights up and how we control the light and all that. Okay. You get a mounting tube. It's very light, so it's not heavy, and it mounts at an angle like that. One of the first things you're going to have to do is evaluate your yard and look for the position, the location that will give you ample light for the charging. This is the solar panel. This is going to be facing up. So this needs to be in the most sunlight that you can get. It might be morning, afternoon, or evening, but you need to select a place. If you've got a bunch of trees, try to position it so that you get the most sun you can, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So I wouldn't put anything in permanent until you get a chance to evaluate it. You need about 6 hours of sunlight on it, good sunlight, to charge it up enough to give the lighting that you might require. Okay, so that's the solar panel, and this is the part that's facing down, giving you the light. Now you get some hardware, and you get your remote control. And this is the hardware you get for mounting the brackets. Okay. And I'm going to put this control panel right here. First, I'll tell you this one. They don't really tell you in the instructions just exactly how to mount this, so you have to use your own imagination. But they do give you this, and they give you this piece, which is going to, this is going to mount the light to the pole. And this other one, if you have a pole that you have installed, here you have a way of clamping it on there like that. If you don't need that and you want to mount it directly to the house or a wood beam or something, like, you can mount it straight on there like that. You got to drill some holes though. These screws are not screws, they got nuts and bolts. If you're drilling into, if you're wanting to go into the side of a block house and mount it on that, or a block wall, here are concrete anchors that swell up and leave you with a nut and a stud to attach it with. And then you get some stainless steel screws here with an Allen tool. So just a whole bunch of different screws and stuff to do it. The way you're going to mount it might require a different set of screws, lag bolts or something like that, if you're going to drill or attach into wood because you can't get behind it to drill a hole and put a bolt in there. All right, now let's look at the light itself. Right here is the sensor. This is what's going to sense whether it's light or dark. And here is the on and off button. All this does is activates the unit, and then it does everything automatically except with a little bit of programming on how long do you want the light on and how long do you want it off. You can have it to come on at dusk. It will automatically come on when the light gets down to a certain level. You don't control that. Okay, the remote control, they've got it right here with all the buttons. Button number 1 up here is turn on or off, turn off the light. And that is on and off. You can turn it on if you don't want it to come on. A situation where you don't want it to come on. Okay, so you got 2 buttons there. The radar mode 2 is going to give you motion detection right here. When you click that, it'll blink, and then if someone comes on, normally this is at 30% when it's on, but when someone walks in, it goes to 100%. So it doesn't stay at 100% all the time, only when it detects motion. Constant light mode is 3, and that's this button right here. So this is radar and constant. So you can just have it on all the time from dusk to dawn, and you might want that. It does not describe what Y and W are. That may be for this remote may be for another option, but it does not tell you those buttons, and I didn't see anything that they did. They have a little bit of information before first use. You need to turn the light on with the switch and charge it for 6 to 8 hours. When you go to charge it, you just stick this in the sun and let it charge, but you need to have this on, and you'll hear a click, and then you'll see a red light. That means that it can be charged. If you don't have that on, it won't charge. It's just off. So now it's in the charging mode, and it's activated that if the light goes dark, the light will come on. You know, so that's the way it works. Okay, I'm going to turn it off until we're ready. Okay, you can see the piece of wood that's 2 by 6, and it's strapped on with a strap, a ratchet strap, and it's tightened up, and the 2 bolts in there are countersunk on the back, so all I got to do is slide that little round tube bracket on there that holds the light, and then I can attach the light. I may go ahead and attach the light onto it so that I can just be up there and lift it all up in one piece instead of just mounting the tube on it. This is going to be up, and this is the bracket position that it needs to be in to hold this up at the angle so that the light is going to face down. So you got to get this correct and push it all the way in. Then you push this here, and then you're going to stick these type screws right up in here. And I'm just going to show you a couple, and then you can see. You get a washer and a nut. Okay, so I can turn this over. And then I can just hold the nut with my finger while I just tighten them down, and then I'll get a wrench on them. So I'm not going to make you watch all of this. This is something that I think you can do, but you just tighten all these down. Now, this might be a good idea to not tighten it down real tight. I've just got it where I can slightly turn this until I get it just the way I want, because I might have to tilt it a little bit for the sun. So I don't know that yet, so this will give me flexibility later. And then later, when I get it just the way I want it, I can tighten it up. I can loosen that ratchet strap and move that around if I have to get a better angle on the sun as I see. Okay, I got it, and I've got the 2 bolts in my pocket. I'm just going to put them on hand tight for right now until I check this out. So I'm going to get up on the ladder and do my thing. Okay, put the other one over here. Good old adjustable wrench. Okay, that's the full installation, and I added another strap on there, a tie down, and I think that's going to hold it, plus that little block of wood under there that raises that angle a little bit more. There, it did come on. All right, it came on, but I noticed the red light had gone out right before that, and I was trying to turn it on, and then it came on. So now I'm going to walk out and see if it, there. Notice it went down to the 30% right now. I'm going to move, and if the motion detector works, it should go bright. There. Okay, now let's wait, and if I just stand still, it's a motion sensor. It put it at full brightness. There. Now, if I take off and start walking, watch what'll happen. Okay, this is from the street view, and you see the light is at a nice 30%, just a nice comfortable light. And as soon as I walk down the street, now you'll see it doesn't do anything until I start walking up the driveway. See, I'm going along, no problem. So cars are not going to trigger it. Right there. There, as soon as I get to this point, it comes on. So that is going to be a good security light, I think. I push this bottom button or right here for continuous light, so it's not going to trip. It's on 100% and it will stay that way. If I want it to go back to motion detection, then I need to go up here with this little Wi-Fi signal. So, and then it'll blink when it catches. There. Okay, you're getting a view from the bottom of the driveway at the street. It's getting close to dawn, and the light is still on, but it's in its 30% mode. I'm going to walk around to the front of the camera, and we'll see if it, there it did it. Folks, I really like the light and the way it performs, and it held a good amount of charge overnight, so and it didn't have full daylight all day. See, it just went off, and it's performing correctly. So we're gonna wait for the dawn to arrive and see if it goes out on its own. Folks, I don't know if you can see, but there's a blinking red light underneath. That means it's charging right now from the small amount of light that's there. And the light did go off. I just didn't have my camera running at the time it did. So it's coming on and off properly from dusk to dawn. And so I think it's going to be a great light for us, and I'm going to enjoy it. I want to thank you very much for watching my video.